We are here on Pearl Street in Boulder, Colorado, because just 6 hours ago, they're investigating what could be an act of terrorism or a hate crime, because there was a group of people who would meet weekly to raise awareness for Israeli hostages. And today, a suspect by the name of Mohamed Sabry, who is 45 years old, used a makeshift flamethrower at them while yelling "Free Palestine," which caused for 6 people to be injured, one of them severely injured. Let's try to get a better understanding of what happened here on Pearl Street today. As you can see, police are still behind me. There are a few people that are just walking around the corner checking out what's going on, and I'm looking for someone who was at Pearl Street today. Were you on Pearl Street this day? What do you do? What were you on Pearl Street for?
I'm an entertainer there. I'm a juggler.
Oh, you're a juggler?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. All right, so it sounds like, David, you are a juggler and you were here on Pearl Street today. What happened?
I was waiting to do a show and I hear a lot of people screaming. And I go over to see what was going on, and I see this big cloud of smoke above near the courthouse. And I see people on the ground yelling. And this guy, this big fat guy with his shirt off, was yelling all these hateful comments to these people who were there it's like a group of people who come every Sunday to make people aware of the hostages.
Whoa.
In Gaza, the Israeli hostages.
So you have seen this group here?
Oh yeah, they come every Sunday. Yeah.
And what is their behavior like?
Oh, they're really nice. Yeah, I know some of them. They're good people. They want to give a message about, there are hostages that are in captivity and not to forget about them.
How many times have you seen the guy who was yelling?
I believe, I'm not totally 100% sure, but I believe I've seen him before yelling hateful comments to them.
What kinds of things does he say?
Like hatred for Israel, or hatred for just plain hatred.
Okay.
Just like angry.
And it sounds like he was by himself. Does he ever come with other people?
Well, I saw him with another guy, and I don't know if the two of them were working together or not. This fat guy, well, they were both fat, that I've seen on the mall. But what was the question?
Just how many times, or was he with someone else?
I believe it looked like he was with another guy, yeah.
And he was above them on a balcony?
No, he was right there on the ground. Oh, and I believe he threw Molotov cocktails at them.
I'm so sorry that you had to experience that.
Yeah. Well,
it's very scary.
And
what happened after that? So you saw the smoke. You saw people on the ground, people yelling. What happened? Was there a lot of people here today? Were people running? What happened after that?
What happened after that was a big crowd started forming, and this guy kept yelling for 15 minutes. Because the police did not show up for 15 minutes. And this is right in downtown Boulder.
Yeah.
So there, you got to be careful, because in very left-leaning places, they don't have much police protection,
From what I read online, people saw one woman accounts for women that were being burned.
Yeah.
And how quickly did they get put out? Were people coming with fire extinguishers?
There was a guy, a friend of mine, who has a cart pouring water on them, but it took so long for firemen to come, and it was really there was no. I think they may have had to even get police and firemen from other towns.
This happened around 1:30.
About 1:26. Yeah, I think that was that's what time I heard. Yeah, 1:30. Yeah.
15 minutes.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
And once the police arrived, how did they handle the situation?
This looked like a very highly trained, looked like an ex-Marine, came with a gun and ran and took control over the situation. I don't think he was a normal police officer. He looked like he was in really good shape.
So you witnessed this whole thing happen?
Yeah, except I didn't actually see the Molotov cocktail being thrown.
Oh.
I didn't see the actual cause, what actually happened.
Mm-hmm. Did this guy, I believe his name is Mohammed, is what they say, did they take him immediately? Did you see him get arrested?
Yeah, they put him in the car, yeah.
They just handcuffed him and put him in. What did he look like? Would you describe him he's overweight?
Overweight, he's fat.
What was he wearing?
Nothing. He was bare. He had no shirt on.
If only someone would have said, "This isn't normal." before, you know, a person shirtless screaming hateful things.
Yeah.
It's not normal.
Right.
Yeah.
But since there's no, it's how it is. Yeah.
I'm so sorry. Well,
Yeah.
I'm glad that you're safe. It sounds like the people who were targeted were the Israeli
They were more
protesters.
about bringing awareness to that there are still people hostages. You know, they weren't really taking a. I don't think they have like a political position so much as reminding people there are still people hostages.
Yeah.
I
see.
think that you have to ask them.
And
but-
did they have flags? Did the
Yeah, they
other
had
guy have a
Israeli
flag?
flags.
Okay.
Yeah, they had
Signs, anything?
Israel flags and American flags. Yeah.
Okay. And what about the other guy? He was shirtless. Did he have Palestine flags? It says online that he screamed "Free Palestine" as he threw the thing, but it sounds like he was saying a lot of stuff.
He might have.
Yeah.
done that, but you know, I'm sure most Palestinians would definitely not want that. You know, he doesn't represent them. You know,
What
he's just a maniac.
what race did he look like?
He looked. I feel a little bit self-conscious saying things about races in this YouTube environment, where you say a race and then people like react like crazy.
Well, even the articles that I was going through.
He looked either Native American or Middle Eastern, one of those, and I don't know which.
Yeah. What did you do afterwards? Everything? You ran home?
I cried. No,
I would have cried.
I was in shock, and I hung out with people, and sometimes you don't know what to do.
Yeah. This is
know.
one of those situations. I see. Take care.
Now, is your last name Angela Rose?
Yeah.
Oh, I've seen your channel.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. No, you talk on good things.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's good.
Yeah.
It's too bad that you don't have your equipment. I would love to see some of how you work, you know?
Yeah. I'm pretty famous. I'm pretty well known.
You think you'll be back here just working?
I actually feel like I could do a show right now, except the fact that the mall is blocked off.
Yeah, and that
If
might...
the mall wasn't blocked off, I could go, but it might not be appropriate.
On this light pole near the attack, there is an Israeli flag. This lady just got yelled at for almost crossing the tape. The police told her that she is not allowed to cross the tape. They still have it all completely blocked off. Here on this do not enter sign is another Israeli flag. This is the first time in my life that I have seen a fire hydrant that is hooked up, and over there they have a hazmat crew. This hose is not being used. It's laying there on the floor, as you can see. This light pole also has another Israeli flag. This guy, like me, is recording the Israeli flag. We have a few people who also came out here to record and document what's going on. It is eerily quiet right now here on Pearl Street, and they did warn people about coming here because they were investigating a vehicle. And I just quickly wanted to note that it's pretty strange that the only people who are here right now are people like me who came here to make videos and see what is going on, which is pretty just insane to see how media is changing, because right behind me we also have more professional setups where they have the light and they're an actual newscast and they have the cool microphone and everything. But there's also a lot of influencers who come with their tripod for a phone and also want to understand what happens. And so it's pretty interesting that now we are getting a lot more boots on the ground reporting from everyday people. Were you guys here all day?
No, I got here at like 6:30 or something. She got here maybe, what, 7? 7. Yeah.
David, if you are watching this video, we are so thankful that you shared your account with us, because most people here didn't witness what happened, and so getting a first-hand account like that was pretty insane. And also, thanks for being a subscriber, David. I hope everybody else here will subscribe as well. And what I'm finding so insane is that I opened up X and there is a picture of the guy that David was telling us about, and yes, he was shirtless. Again, it is pretty sad that police were not called beforehand when he was screaming hateful things at them. But perhaps screaming hateful things towards Israel is common. Here we have a whole crowd of PSG fans screaming F Israel. I'm tempted to feel as though because we are putting America first, this is the Boulder County hazmat that just passed by. There also seem to be a lot of cars that were undercover, or perhaps investigators who just recently left. But as I was saying, I'm tempted to feel like we should put America first and countries should handle their own problems. But the strange thing is this seems to be something happening all around the world. This is a pro-Palestine protest happening in Ireland. Does anybody else find it a bit strange that the entire world is so involved in this conflict compared to the size of those specific places? 19 hours ago, there was an Irish fighter, Paddy McCrory, defeated Israeli, and then he raised the Palestinian flag and shouted, "Free Palestine."
Free Palestine! Free Palestine!
These are Liverpool fans. Just based on those videos, it seems like the Free Palestine movement really has the masses on their side, and I would like to know what you guys think. Do you guys take a side? Sometimes I believe that we're given two options just to make us feel like we have a choice when we don't actually have to choose. A lot of people who do take sides don't seem to have any personal ties, which is what I find really strange. David's accounts with us were so spot on. Look at this fatty. This was today here in Boulder. David said that he heard screaming. So Stephen Miller, who is a White House Deputy Chief of Staff, says that the suspect was an illegal alien who was granted a tourist visa by the Biden administration, and then he illegally overstayed that visa. This video shows exactly what David was describing.
With like something on his mask. Spraying alcohol. Spraying alcohol, but with made it look like he was drinking Molotov cocktails.
Well, we can't do when he's got Molotov cocktails on.
Where's the Molotov?
That's what he's got right here. Is Molotov cocktails. It's alcohol.
The other strange thing is just how common protests are becoming, and so it's almost like it's more normal to see people screaming at each other in the streets. That might have been the reason why at first it didn't call so much attention. Make sure you are subscribed. Thanks for watching. Bye.